Hi, this is Ginger from My Sister Scrapper. Today I want to share a little mini album project with you. I got into my hoard vault, and when I saw the Graphic 45 is going to be re-releasing their Halloween in Wonderland paper collection, oh my gosh, I was so excited because in my hoard vault I had an original 8x8 paper pad that I had not opened because I love this paper so much. I had this in my hoard vault as well as a sheet of the 12x12. It was the Jaborwockey paper. It's the one that has the little playing cards on it. It's this one, but I had this in the 12x12. So that's what I used. I used just a couple of pieces of this, and then I used some 6x6 papers from a couple of the other previous Halloween collections from Graphic 45. I think Steambook Spells and an Eerie Tale. I think I used a couple of those from the 6x6. A couple of images that I downloaded free off the internet. And again, that 12x12 sheet of paper. So the basic construction of this mini album, and again, I'm just like couldn't stand it. I know it's Halloween, but I just, yeah, I love this paper so much. I wanted to make this because I wanted to use that 12x12 sheet. I had some little cards in envelopes that I got at Michael's, and there's 20 of them in here. And let's see, they measure, I don't know what they measure. The envelopes are 3 3/4 by 2 5/8. So the envelopes were that. And then it didn't come with actual like cards that you open. It came with these little note cards, which was fine. That actually worked better because then I could use these little, I got 20 of these as photo mats for inside. So that's what I used for the base of my album, and then it has a chipboard cover and a chipboard spine, and then again I used just a couple of papers from here, and then that 12x12 sheet, and along with some 6x6s from some other collections. So on the front cover I used one of the Graphic 45 ornate label pulls right here, and then this is, I think this is a Graphic 45 key, so I put that on the front and glued it down with glossy accents. I did take my Crocodile and punch a hole in this little label holder right here so I could add a couple of jump rings, and I had in my stash this cute little charm that's a deck of cards, and it has the Ace of Hearts on the front, and then the King and the Queen and the Jack right here. And then I had a little bottle that I had in my stash that I got from Butterbee Scraps, and I went ahead and added some little purple seed beads that I had in my stash and filled it up, and then sealed it up with some glossy accents and the little cork lid, and then I used a little eye hook in here and attached that to a jump ring. And then on the internet I just printed the words "Drink Me" on some regular copy paper, and then went over it with some Distress ink and Vintage Photo, and then just glued that onto the little bottle. Thought that was super cute. And on this little White Rabbit here is a free digital download that I got off the internet, and I just put it on some dimensional foam tape, and I layered up some of the design papers as well. Over here, this is from the actual collection, the 8x8 paper pad. I used a Tim Holtz a jump ring fastener right here, and then a Tim Holtz fragment that I had in my stash, and then this little circle here that says "We're all mad here." That was actually a free digital download on the internet as well, and I punched it out with a 1-inch circle, and it fit on that little fragment charm perfectly. And then here is the back. Love this paper with the little white rabbit on it and all the little clocks and stuff. And then I did cut this from the 12x12 sheet that I had that said Halloween in Wonderland, and I put that on some foam tape as well. So I have I have 5 pages in here. So the way it works is you open it up like this, and on the inside front cover, this Halloween in Wonderland card, I actually fussy cut around it a little bit more, and that's part of that 12x12 sheet that I had. I just glued it down on 3 sides and made a pocket, and then I took one of the pages that had the smaller versions of these in the 8x8 paper pad and cut around those, and then attached them together with just a little, I think I did Alice, and I did the White Rabbit, and I did the Mad Hatter, and then punched a little hole and put them together with a tiny little brad that I had in my stash, and then I glued some solid cardstock on the back just to cover up where the brad was, just to give it a finished look. I inked around all the edges with either Black Soot or Vintage Photo, so that goes back in there. So again, it's an envelope style mini album, and It's kind of like the one that I did with this Simple Story Say Cheese as far as construction, but the envelopes, I turned them the other way. So this is my pullout, and on my first pullout I have the cute little card with Alice on it. And then they're just plain design paper, or actually ivory cardstock, and I inked around it with a vintage photo on the inside. So on the first page I have, again, this is a digital download that I punched out from the internet with a 1-inch circle punch, and then I layered it with a scallop circle. And each one of these has a card in it as well. And here's Alice, another Alice getting ready to drink the little potion bottle there. And then there's some design tape paper on the back, some design paper right here. So there's a pocket there. And then this flips open, and you can put a little photo here, and again another digital down image right there. And then here's the white rabbit. Love these. Love, love, love this paper. So cute. I can't wait for it. I think I've been driving the owners of our local scrapbook store, I think I've been driving them crazy. I took them in and said, you have to get this. And then on the back, again, I have some more of the design paper from the 8x8 right there. So on the second page, again, I have the white rabbit. Just pulls out. Again, some photos right there. And again, I punched this out from the design paper as well. And on the inside of this, I have the Mad Hatter, super cute. And again, the solid green cardstock is from Stampin' Up, and it's one of their retired colors that are retiring this year. It's called Mossy Meadow, but it's the perfect green and went really well with this collection. So I used that on the envelopes just to give them a little bit of stability, and then layered the design paper on top of that. Opens like this. Again, some more photo mat space right here, and again, another digital download. And I love these two. Cute with their little pumpkin heads. Darling. So this doesn't really have to be Halloween. It can just be super cute Alice in Wonderland paper. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Over here, again, I love the little clock paper. On this one, we have the Cheshire Cat. Place for photos. And again, I have that same Cheshire Cat. And I used the 8x8 paper of these same little cards and used my circle punch and punched out the image to match what was on here. So I thought that was kind of cute. Just a smaller version. There's the Mad Hatter again. I love these eating the candy corn. Cute, cute, cute. And then this opens. Again, love the Mad Hatter purple paper. Another digital image. And there's Alice with the flamingo. And you flip it over. Again, here's the teapot paper, and that's from the 8x8 paper collection. The only bummer is they're not going to release the 8x8 paper pad, but they are releasing the 12x12, and they're going to release individual sheets. So I am so excited about that. Again, here's the Mad Hatter card. Again, another digital image. No, this is one that I punched out from the 8x8 paper because it's the same image as the cards. And there's the cute white rabbit that was on the front. And you flip it. Oops. Wrong way. And you flip it open this way. Again, place for a photo. And there's that super cute little rabbit again. And there's the Queen. Queen of Hearts. And you flip it over, place for a photo here. And then here's that same image right there. Only she's just pointing the other way. Place for a couple of photos there. Again, I punched it out with a 1-inch circle punch and layered it on top with some foam tape. Or a pop dot, whatever you want to call it. And then there's this one right here. I think he's a frog. I think that paper in the back is from An Eerie Tale. Pretty sure it is. Over here, again, I have some more design paper. I cut this cute little Alice from the 8x8 paper collection, one of the papers in there. And again, there was the centipede. Love, love, love this paper, but haven't said that 100 times already. And then on the back, again, I used the cute rabbit paper. And on the back inside cover, I used another Graphic 45 ornate key plate. And this is just in the regular brass color. And then I put that down, and then I again used a couple of the ornate brads from Graphic 45. And then I filled the keyhole with glossy accents. I filled it all the way up. And then I cut the bottom off of one of the papers from the 8x8. This is Through the Looking Glass, and just glued that down there. So I thought that was pretty cute. So I'm super excited about this collection coming back. Oh, cannot wait, cannot wait. So there you go, everybody. That's my little early mini album using the coming soon Graphic 45, Halloween and Wonderland paper, and this is the one that I had in my stash. So there you have it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.